shadowy flight into the dangerous world of a man who is fearless. A young loner on a crusade to champion the cause in a world of reckless automobiles. These are my motovlogs.
Hey, what's up, YouTube? This is your boy Chris out on the Goldwing. And it's a nice day to be out for a ride. The current air temp I'm showing on my Honda Goldwing is 90 degrees. It's humid out here today, but we got a little bit of partly cloudy skies, but the sun is shining bright. And it feels good to be out on the Goldwing. But today in this video, I want to talk about the battery and give you guys an update on the battery that I use here on my Honda Goldwing. You know, when you first purchase a Honda Goldwing, it's going to come with a battery that's made by Yuasa, because Honda does not make batteries. Honda basically uses the Yuasa batteries inside of their Honda Goldwing. I had a Yuasa on my previous generation when I first purchased it, and also it came on the DCT style Honda Goldwing when I purchased this Honda Goldwing as well. But I just want to give you guys an update on my battery situation. I recently changed back to the Yuasa battery here in my Honda Goldwing. I went from the lithium battery and I swapped back to the Yuasa battery. But we'll talk about that in a minute. Like I said, when I first purchased this Honda Goldwing, it came with the Yuasa, and I started having some battery issues where I found myself having to boost off the Honda Goldwing unexpectedly a couple of times. So I changed out that battery and I went with the Duracell. I picked that Duracell up at Batteries Plus. If you guys missed that video of me installing the Duracell battery inside of my Honda Goldwing, you can click on the link in the top corner, watch that video. But how did I like that Duracell battery that I picked up from Batteries Plus? Well, to be honest with you, it actually did pretty good. I think that battery had around maybe 300 cranking amps, if my memory served me correct. I didn't have any issues with it. If anybody out there, if you're looking for a good replacement for your original Yuasa battery on the Honda Goldwing, you cannot go wrong going with the Duracell AGM flooded battery. But I wanted to try something different. A lot of times, I'll just try different things to find out what works better. You know, when I came back from California a couple of years ago, the battery went out on my Honda Goldwing, so I switched to a lithium ion battery. And since I switched to that lithium, I had decided to put a lithium ion inside of this DCT Honda Goldwing. So how did I like that lithium ion battery that I installed during that time? Well, I'm glad you asked. Actually, that lithium ion battery did pretty good. All things considering, I mean, it was still working as it should when I took it out of the bike. But just to give you guys a quick review on that particular battery, you know, I ordered that battery online. It was a Noco battery. And with that Noco, when I ordered it, one of the first things that I noticed when I immediately opened up the box is that the battery was light. It was not a heavy battery, and I thought that was pretty cool. But I found out that battery was a lot lighter. I wasn't sure how I was going to perform. And I ran that battery for probably a year or two. So what did I think about it? Well, one of the things that I learned in the beginning with that lithium ion battery is that you had to have a LiFePO4 battery charger or battery maintainer for that particular battery. Now, once I installed that battery, a lot of you was debating me about just using the regular battery maintainer to charge the battery. I merely just stated what the manufacturer had called for. You know, and I still stand by my position today. If you would like to charge your lithium battery with a regular battery charger, that's on you. But the manufacturer of the Noco battery said that you need to charge that lithium battery with a LiFePO4 battery maintainer. So I purchased the battery maintainer that had the ability to charge lithium batteries, and it had the ability to charge AGM flooded battery or acid lead battery. So I could actually switch between the two depending on which battery that I was trying to charge, whether it was 6 volts or whether it was 12 volts. So I immediately found that out about the lithium battery when I purchased it. Now, was that a bad thing for me? Not personally. You know, I just went out and picked up what I needed to keep that battery maintained. But how did I like the battery? How did it perform? How did it do over the months that I've used it on my Honda Goldwing? To be honest with you, I did not have any problems with that lithium battery. I mean, every time I needed to crank the bike up, it fired the bike up. I didn't have any issues with it. The only thing that I recommend about the lithium battery is that if you're going to be off the bike for an extended period of time, maybe a couple of weeks or so, I would plug that lithium ion battery into a battery maintainer. Again, I use that LiFePO4 battery maintainer because what happens is that lithium battery, to me, it didn't hold a charge over a long period storage better than an AGM flooded battery. I just think the AGM flooded battery did a little bit better as far as storing the battery for a long period of time, not being maintained on a charger. So I recommend that if you run that lithium battery, if you're going to be off the bike for a couple of weeks or more, just plug it into a battery maintainer. I did that. I did not have any problems with it. As far as cranking up the bike, I didn't have any problems with it. One of the things I did like about that battery is that when the bike was off, I could put it in accessory mode, listen to my music. I can have my LED lights on. It didn't run the battery down. Also, I use that battery tracker. And one of the things that I did like about that battery tracker is that looking at my phone, it'll let me know how much power or voltage was in the battery, whether I was storing high capacity of power or low capacity of power. The battery tracker did a very good job letting me know where I stood on my battery power. So if you're going to use a lithium battery, it wouldn't hurt to install the battery tracker. I will include a link, or you guys can watch that video about how to install the battery tracker on your lithium battery. But here recently, I wanted to go back to a regular AGM flooded battery because I went to crank my bike up and I had to jump the bike off. So I had to end up using the procedure to unlock the saddlebag to get the bike jumped off when your battery is dead. If you guys missed that video, you can click on the link on how to open up your bike and get it jumped off in a dead battery emergency. So the lithium battery, for some reason or another, I mean, this was after I took a 200-mile ride. I had to boost out the battery, so I figured, well, maybe it's time for me to go back and try another battery, which brings me to where I'm at right now. I took out the Noco battery, which did really well. I took out that Noco battery, and I went back with a new battery, the Yuasa battery, the original battery that Honda puts inside of the DCT Honda Goldwing. I went with the Yuasa battery. When I first purchased the battery, according to the directions, they wanted you to test the battery with a multimeter. If the battery was below 12.5, if I'm saying it correctly, they wanted you to charge the battery. If it was above 12.5, you didn't have to charge the battery, if I'm saying it correctly. But you test that with that multimeter to determine if you need to actually charge the battery before using the battery on the Honda Goldwing. I installed the Yuasa battery on my Honda Goldwing, and I just wanted to give you guys an update to let you know that I'm not currently using that Noco lithium battery again. If you guys been thinking about using the Noco lithium battery, you know, it wasn't a bad battery. It did pretty good. Like I said, it was light. I had to, you know, put it on charge if I was going to leave the bike, if I was going to be off the bike for a couple of weeks or so. But it performed really well, and with the battery tracker, it really performed well. So I really don't have any complaints about it. I think it's a very good battery to use on the Honda Goldwing, having all of the electronics that the Honda Goldwing currently have. But I decided to take that battery out because I had to jump off the bike, and I went back with the original Yuasa style battery. I will include a link where you guys could find the battery for this Honda Goldwing. And so I just been running it for a few days, and I haven't had no problems with the Yuasa battery. Of course, it's a little bit heavier. It's heavier than that original battery, but so far I haven't had no problems, no issues. It's been performing as it should. As a matter of fact, I haven't even put my battery on the battery maintainer since I installed it in the bike. When I picked it up, so when I opened it up out the box, it was ready to go. When I put it on the multimeter, it was ready. It was fully charged and ready to go. It's a sealed battery. You don't have to put any acid in the battery. You don't have to put any water in the battery. It's totally sealed. So I just wanted to give you guys an update and let you guys know that I'm not currently running the Noco battery in my Honda Goldwing. So to my viewers out there, if you would like to chime in on this video and let me know what type of battery that you're using on your Honda Goldwing, be sure to put it down in the comment section below if you would like to share what type of battery you're using. But overall, I've used the Noco lithium battery. It did very good. I used the Duracell battery. It did really good. And now I'm back to the original battery, the Yuasa battery, and I have no complaints. Which brings me to the question, which battery is better for the Honda Goldwing? Which battery is better? Is it the lithium battery better? Is it the AGM flooded battery better? Which battery do I like better out of all of the batteries that I've used on my Honda Goldwing? To be honest with you, I think they're all good batteries. You know, I really don't have a preference at this point. But what do you think? What batteries do you think is better for the Honda Goldwing? I want all you guys to chime in on this video and put it down in the comments, or what battery you think is actually better. But out of all the batteries that I've used, they've all have worked fine. The only thing that I will say across the board about batteries for your Honda Goldwing is that they're not going to last a long time. You know, back in the day, you could probably put a battery in your bike and last you 3 or 4 seasons. Now it seems like a battery only lasts maybe a couple of seasons, a couple of years. And if you're getting more than a couple of years out of your battery, you're doing good. You know, you got some riders out there that might be getting 4 or 5 years out of their battery. But to me, it just seems like these batteries needs to be replaced probably after a couple of years, in my opinion. But I have no issues with the Noco battery. I have no issues with the Yuasa battery. I have no issues with the Duracell battery. They have all been good batteries, in my opinion, for the Honda Goldwing. I think it just comes down to personal preference. I think it just comes down to what the individual prefer to install inside of their motorcycle, inside of their Honda Goldwing. Some guys prefer lithium. Some guys prefer AGM flooded batteries. I think it just comes down to personal preference. But I think after a couple of years or so, you're probably going to have to replace the battery regardless of what battery you use. I just wanted to give you guys an update and let you guys know how things are going with my battery on my Honda Goldwing. So far, so good. And I'll run this Yuasa battery. I'm going to run this Yuasa battery probably for a couple years or so, and we'll see how it actually performs. I want all you guys to chime in on this video and just let me know what battery you think is better for the Honda Goldwing. But I just want to give you guys an update and let you know that I removed the Noco Lithium Battery, and now I'm back to the original Yuasa battery that's Honda Goldwing installed on their motorcycles. Well, anyway, if you guys have any questions or any comments, don't hesitate. Put it down in the comment section below. Share this video. It'll really help the channel out. If you would like to support the Caliente YouTube channel, be sure to click that thanks button and make a small donation. Any donation toward the Caliente YouTube channel really helped me to bring you new content and material. And also, be sure to click that bell notification. It'll notify you every time I post a new video. This is your boy Chris, out on the Goldwing. Out on the Goldwing. The most technologically advanced Honda Goldwing in the world. And I will, as always. I'll talk to you guys later. Deuces.